for people like me that wants to learn something that is far away from his background, I mean, it might seem very simple and even naive, but it's, in my opinion, all about love, actually. If I wasn't passionate about this music, if I didn't love the sounds of the oud, and if I didn't love the culture in which the oud exists for hundreds of years, I wouldn't probably be where I am now. So it's really, what opens the door is love, and it is also the relationship you have with people that are examples.
Donc ce oud, je l'ai fait en ébène.
Ça c'est de l'ébène.
Ébène.
C'est quel type d'ébène?
Ébène de Macassar. Parce que chaque instrument a un univers en soi, donc il faut toujours découvrir, essayer, rater les choses, recommencer.
À la base, Isabelle a fait une formation de luthière, spécialisée dans les harpes gothiques, celtiques, mais comme elle est mariée avec un amateur, un passionné de la musique turque évidemment, et qui joue le oud ottoman, on a décidé à un moment donné, il y a 2 ans, de nous installer à Istanbul. Donc on était installé à Kadıköy, à Istanbul, sur la rive orientale. Et Isabelle, elle a fait une formation pour apprendre à construire des ouds chez mon luthier, qui s'appelle Mustafa Jotçoğlu, qui est un grand maître de la lutherie.
It's my ground, actually. So even though I used to travel a lot to other countries to perform or to record an album or whatever it might be, in a way I always come back to Brussels because it seems to be my homeland, even though I wasn't born here. When I was 13 years old, my mother made a very strange decision. She decided all of a sudden to take us away from school, to give up her career, to sell the house, to sell the car, and to start making a long journey with wagons and horses, and to make a trip, a 7-year trip throughout Europe. I found myself being for a couple of months in an abandoned village with my mother and some other people that were there. So I mainly dedicated my time to go wandering around the mountains with the flock of sheep that we had in that moment. And I was like a shepherd, playing music also, writing a lot. And in that time somebody left a book there. I don't know who it was, but one day I stood up and I found somewhere in one of the wagons we had a book in Dutch, in my native language. And it was like a compilation of texts of the Mesnevi, of Rumi's poetry, mystical poetry of the 13th century. So I didn't even had the least idea about Rumi's background, about Sufism. I never heard the word Sufism even when I was a kid in that moment in Spain. And so I started reading it while breeding the flock of sheep. I remember very well those moments, and I had like, I don't know how to describe it. It wasn't a shock, but it was like a huge revelation. I mean, this poetry was very direct and very clear and very spiritual in a very practical way, in a way that really attracted me a lot. So it was the time that I became involved with the Sufi spirituality through the lecture of this Mesnevi, and since that moment it never left me. I discovered the oud when I was in Spain, actually, when I was traveling through Spain. I remember once I was on the road with a theater company, and there I heard the oud sound for the first time. It was in Spain, it was not in Turkey. And the oud came on my way. I say it daily to people that ask me for it. It came on my way in a very spontaneous, very natural way. I didn't really decide anything. It just came on my way, and I believe in destiny. I believe that sometimes you cannot really choose the destiny that you're supposed to fulfill in life. So it was in this way that oud came in my life. I was 17 years old. So I left the guitar and I started being involved with oud in that moment. So this is a picture of Necati Çelik, the one who represented a lot for me. He was teaching me a lot of things. So it was like through the meshk system that I learned the oud. What is meshk? It is like my master playing something, and I'm by hearing, by respecting the oral transmission of music, I just imitate him I give him again the oud, he plays, I imitate, like this. For example, he's learning me a new rhythm, let's say aksak-semai. Take your right hand and your left hand, take your right and left knee and do what I do, and just he shows me something. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Doom tekka 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 doom doom tek